Hello, Internet. It is Wednesday, August 28th. I am your host, Chet Siegel, and there's a new element to the periodic table. So celebrate, nerds. Really treat yourself today. And this is your Guyism Speed Round. A man in the Philippines was shot dead for singing a karaoke song out of key. In his will, he left his Olivia Newton-John songbook to his cat, Mr. Trebles. Scientists may be adding a new element to the periodic table. It's a man-made element and only lasts for 1 second. It's called Snapchat. Grocery stores are trying to nudge shoppers to the produce aisle by strategically placing mirrors all throughout the grocery store. Now, this directive assumes that when people see what they've become, they'll want to change and not just say, fuck it, I am what I am, I'm a hungry man, get me to the frozen food aisle, stat. Nissan Motor Company has promised that by the year 2020, they will release a fleet of self-driving hybrid cars. But American teenagers will still find a way to flunk that driving test on the first try, because that's America. TV evangelist Pat Robertson said that gays wear sharp jewelry in order to pierce their own skin and give other people AIDS. What an ignorant comment. Obviously, they use gay guns. Duh. Duh. Katsumi Tezuka, the Japanese actor who's famous for being the man inside of the Godzilla costume, is turning 101 years old on Saturday. To celebrate, he plans on having a quiet night out on the town. And now it's time for Fun with Puns! A man was fined $500 for swallowing a withered, preserved human toe that belonged to a Canadian bar. Man, he must have gotten toe up. A man in London was shocked when he woke up snuggling a fox that he just assumed was his girlfriend. I swear, baby, she smelled and felt just like you. Dude, if that's true, she needs a fucking razor. In Pennsylvania, a woman gave birth to a baby in a pub bathroom, suffocated it, put it in the toilet tank, then went back to her booth and kept drinking. Starter's Pub. With company and drinks so good, you'll never want to leave. Even for the birth of what I hope and pray is your first and only child. As I'm sure most of you know by now, Pornhub has released a state-by-state map of who's watching what kind of porn and for how long. Let's take a look at this map and talk about some of the things we've learned about our great country. Who the fuck is Anita Queen? Apparently, the entire state of Nevada is just obsessed with this one porn star, Anita Queen. The Northeast watches porn for the least amount of time because I guess they're pretty efficient when they're on there, and Utah is completely blank. I guess it's because they haven't quite figured out what sex is yet. All right, guys, now it's time for Chatting with Chet, with me, Chet.
Hold on to your hats, boys and girls. It's time to chat with Chet. Chatting with Chet.
Woo-hoo! How early do you wake up? And are you a morning person? I am absolutely not a morning person. But you know what, guys? I get up early and I do it for you so that I can look over the news, make sure I didn't miss anything, look over my jokes, make sure they're tight. So I try to wake up at about 7 a.m. every day. Yeah, for you guys, for you. What's the best thing to during a thunderstorm? Dr. Pseudonym, you forgot a verb. But I'm gonna be a nice guy and I'm gonna assume that you meant to say, what's the best thing to do during a thunderstorm? And I'm gonna answer that question. I like to bake treats and eat comfort foods during thunderstorms. Just hole up inside, turn on the oven, bake a nice cake, probably a classic chocolate cinnamon cake with a fast frosting, and watch movies, comedies, and snuggle. Like every normal human, that's what I would do. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for today's Guyism Speed Round. If you liked what you saw, click that like button on down below. Shoot this link to a couple of your nearest and dearest. If you've got questions for me, by God, ask them on my Facebook page. Or tweet them at me at Chet Siegel, whatever suits your fancy. I'll answer them. And just make sure that you come back tomorrow for more headlines that you need to know. Okay, I wasn't sure if I picked the right punchline for the fox joke, so I'm gonna do it again right now for the outtakes. A man in London was shocked when he woke up snuggling a fox that he just assumed was his girlfriend. Man, your girlfriend must be a dog. In honor of the possible addition to the periodic table, I wore my nerd glasses. It is so fucking hot in here. My boss got me a fan, but it's too loud. It's a very nice fan, but I can't have it on when I'm filming because you'd hear it. It sounds like a saw. That's hilarious because there's always a saw in the background. There's not one today, so I guess I should have just put on the fucking fan. Godzilla and I have the same birthday. I'm turning 25 on Saturday. Godzilla. There's nothing on my desk to knock over.